What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Virgil, and we are back with another reaction for you today. Stay tuned. So today we will be talking about Rick Ross panics after Big Meech puts a hit on him for scamming him. Or scamming that man. I mean, he probably ain't scam him, but we'll say that he possibly he did. He definitely was trying to use him. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they was giving him money, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, maybe, you know, back in those times, drug dealing, people put money to the side. Like, you know, they had that rainy day fund where they could go find it. And in this case, maybe, I hope that's what he did. But I know he just got out, so he probably wouldn't go touch and find it first, you know, like, because you know he hot. Like, you get out of jail on some stuff like that, like, oh, you big drug dealer or whatever, the odds is on you, especially when he got like forever years on probation or on parole. My guy, like chat, like, please tell them now how stupid it would be to go look for the money right out of prison, you know what I mean? But I see he was trying to just connect. Like, he been in prison, my man. It's like he just wants some freedom. Like, I don't know what went on behind the scenes or what deals he had going on, but at the same time, if you knew you fuck with 50 and you went and fuck with his mans, like the nigga he don't like, the op, like, yeah, you gotta get cut off. Like, and I don't see no reason why I would be dealing with you. Like, I can't trust you. Like, you playing both sides, and you just got out of prison, my G. Like, at this point, you should already know not to play both sides. Like, you know the streets, my guy. Like, what time is you on? Anyways, let's get into this video.
50 Cent is having the time of his life right now because Rick Ross just pulled one of the biggest scams in history on Big Meech, and now Meech has allegedly put a hit on him. But here's the real kicker. Everyone saw this betrayal coming except for Big Meech himself. Now the entire internet is eating up this drama like it's the season finale of the biggest reality TV show. But honestly, what was Meech expecting from an ex-cop? Well, let's take a deep dive into this rabbit hole.
Yeah. Rick Ross.
Hold on. An ex-cop? I thought Rick Ross was just a CEO. Like he was an ex-CEO, not no cop. Like, let's see what he used to do, because we could Google it right now. Google. Like, I don't think he was a cop. Yeah, he was just a correctional officer. Like, cause at the end of the day, they're not cops. They're pretty much just security. Like, he wasn't out patrolling. He didn't put your ass in here. So how dare you? But at the same time, cause like they be like, oh, he's a cop, but he was on the other side. No, fool. Like, them CEOs be dirty, bro. And I won't even say they dirty. Like, they regular people like you, my guy. Like, they just got a job. They was like, you know what, whatever. I'll come sit here with some. It's them white CEOs you gotta worry about. Them motherfuckers ain't no good. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, certain prisons. Cause I ain't been to prison. I've been to jail. I don't even like to talk. I've been to jail. And them CEOs and theirs, like, to be honest, this was Virginia. They was cool. The CEOs there is cool. Like, they down to earth. They not assholes. Like, they like, man, this is just another job. They be trying to give pointers and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so, but either way, I don't know what type of time Ricky the Ross boss man was on. I know he stole a whole man's name and identity. So I don't know. Let's just see. I'm talking too much. We gonna run the video.
Well, what he was doing and what that would lead to.
So, 50 Cent has been throwing some serious subliminals on social media at both Big Meech and Lil Meech ever since Rick Ross threw him under the bus. But the craziest part, Big Meech was out here cozying up to Rick Ross like he was his personal lord and savior as soon as he got out of prison some months ago. Instead of keeping his distance and appreciating the man who kept things gangster with him, Meech linked up with Ross, fully knowing that Rose has been one of 50's longtime enemies. Now, while 50 Cent wasn't exactly expecting Big Meech to treat Rick Ross like a sworn enemy, the fact that Meech was out here grinning in pictures with Rose and acting like Rick Ross had been holding it down for him for the past 2 decades, that had to feel like a knife straight to 50's jugular. And of course, the betrayal didn't stop there. Big Meech kept twisting that knife deeper by linking up with Floyd Mayweather, while Lil Meech, just to spite 50, was out here talking about real power. Like, is that how you repay the man who literally gave your son $5 million in a career all these years? Sure, people say 50 Cent made millions off Big Meech's name, but at least he built something from it. What did Rick Ross do other than play Big Meech like a game of chess? Ross knew this whole situation was going to turn into major drama, and he played it like the cunning man that he is, chasing clout, soaking up attention, and feeding his ego. And the moment things started heating up, what did he do? He started pulling away before anybody could even
Exactly, because the man's a clown. Like, you a CEO, my guy. You're a hard-working man. Like, and I don't know why you would. I mean, I'm not gonna say. Cause you could have been playing both sides. You could have been in the street and you could have been CEO. Like there's dudes that do that. Like he probably was moving drugs. He ain't no CEO now. So clearly, like what was you doing? You know what I mean? Like, actually, let's see. Let's take a look back. However, the speculation was wrong since Rick Ross wasn't a cop. Of course, on March 13th, Ross appeared on the Full Send podcast where he opened up about his experience. All right. We'll save like that part of it for another story, because like another video, because this guy, I'm pretty sure he would probably play on both sides, the streets in the correction office. But at the same time, he could just be a hardworking man that's not really into none of that. And he was like, oh, everybody making it off rap. Oh, I can rap too. Let me go rap. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing serious. But hey, we'll see. Let's get back to the video.
Process what was happening. I mean, how else do you explain the fact that the second things got messy, Ross suddenly developed a shoulder injury and made sure the entire internet knew about it?
You see what I'm doing right now? My shoulder broke, but we still getting to the money. We still counting paper. This ain't a pump and dump, baby.
Like, suddenly we're supposed to feel bad for him?
Right, you
and
so
here's
rich,
where
you was
things
able to
get
get
even
a
wilder.
Louis V
Rick Ross wasn't just using that shoulder injury as an excuse to distance himself from Big Meech. Nope. He was also using it as a cover to avoid answering to his fans. The same fans he scammed with his crypto coin, Boss Token.
Why are you not investing in tax liens? No, seriously. Why are you not?
I really hope that wasn't like the real, like the thing, like the real coin, my guy, because for real, like, all you did was take the Doge coin and put a freaking chain on it. Like, what in the way? Oh my God, who's your team? Like, they was just like, that's, I guess, why it was a scam. It was a scam.
Investing into one of the most incredible real estate strategies that's the most.
People were all over the internet calling him Ruggy Ross because the way he pulled the rug out from under everybody who trusted him with their money, woo, it's safe to say he hit the ground hard too. And let's not forget, it was just days after he lied to Big Meech and got exposed that he magically ended up with that broken shoulder. And honestly, that says a lot. And here's the thing, according to rumors, Rick Ross was the one hyping up Big Meech, telling him to ask 50 Cent to increase his money. Like, you literally can't make this stuff up. Now, Big Meech has nothing to his name as we speak, and that's exactly why other artists are avoiding him like he's got some kind of disease. Even the Wingstop franchises that everyone thought Big Meech was gonna benefit from? Word on the street is that Rick Ross low-key sold most of them off, leaving only about 2, just so he could funnel the money into his real estate business. And get this, if Rick Ross hadn't gotten in the way, Big Meech could have been making a serious comeback in the industry. But instead, he kept making silly decisions. And Lil Meech, he was out.
To be honest, to be straight up with you, Wingstop is fire. I get that hot honey rub. Yo, chat, put in the chat what it is, what from Wingstop, what type of chicken you like. I don't care for the lemon pepper. Everybody like lemon pepper wing. No, to me that's crap. That hot honey rub is fire. Them things slap. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad Rick Ross sold them all. Save the two you got. Where they at, in Florida?
Here blowing millions on his chrome hearts jeans, trying to keep up with stars like Gunna. And now, everything they had is completely gone. At this point, people are clowning Big Meech for how quickly this so-called friendship with Rick Ross blew up in his face. One of the loudest voices has been Michael Rainey Jr., who straight up said he doesn't feel bad for either Lil Meech or Big Meech because they're both grown men and should have seen this coming from a mile away, and 50 was in a corner of the internet doubling down on it.
Do I feel bad for Lil Meech? I don't feel bad for no grown man on this planet. Like, I'm a grown man. Why the fuck I gotta feel bad for another grown man? Like, you a grown man too, nigga.
Right.
You asking for my sympathy for, nigga.
Right.
You be alright. Oh, yeah, nigga.
I mean, everyone
You need to
already
say all
knows
that.
how crazy 50 Cent can get when it comes to his beefs with people. And even DJ Vlad agrees. 50 Cent is the last person you want to be on bad terms with because he will burn it all down just to make a point.
We'll burn it all down. If you piss him off. His own sometimes too. You know, he'll cancel BMF to prove a point. Regardless of how much money he makes him.
Now, Big Meech isn't the first person Rick Ross has left high and dry in the desert. He literally did the same thing to his own crew, left them to get beaten up in Canada, only to come back later and say he was testing them to see how strong they were. Now, that's a diabolical move. But honestly, that's just how Rick Ross has been moving the...
Yo, we've seen that in movies a lot, where like the big homie would set you up to do a job just to see what you about. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna see if you gonna snitch. We gonna see if you gonna hold it down. You know what I mean? Nah, you ran, my G. He was like, I don't need to be here. I got the money to get out of here. Y'all niggas stay here. Hold this down for me. He's terrible.
This whole time. Even Whack 100 called out Rick Ross for being the real bad guy in this whole drama with 50 and Big Meech, and he literally saw it coming from the jump.
Bad guy out of all of this.
Who's the bad guy? I don't think there's a bad guy.
No, yes it is. That Vlad, let's talk about it.
I think Meech is the one that made a mistake.
No,
No? You think 50?
no,
Lil Meech.
no.
Who am I forgetting now?
Rick Ross knew perfectly damn well what he was doing and what that would lead to.
Ross was never a real friend to Big Meech. He knew exactly what he was doing from the jump. He hyped Meech up to be his ally while turning him against 50, making all these big promises about setting him up and helping him make money. But in the end, it was all just talk. I mean, as much as people hate to admit it, Whack 100 had a point. If Rick Ross was really serious about helping Big Meech get back on his feet, he would have kept their business low-key. But no, he was out here roasting 50 and running his mouth about buying the rights to the BMF series, knowing damn well he was never gonna do it. And now, none of that is happening as Rick Ross has gone silent on Big Meech. The only thing Rick Ross is out here promoting is whatever's gonna make his own pockets fatter, and Big Meech is no longer one of those things. And here's the part that has everyone's jaw on the floor. Word on the street is that Rick Ross was actually the real reason Big Meech's welcome benefit party got canceled. But the whole time, he had us believing it was 50 Cent. And why did he do that? Simple. He didn't want Big Meech reaping all the benefits from that concert and making a major comeback in the game. Instead, he wanted Meech to stay in his shadow while he played the good cop role for the public. I mean, when 50 posted and later deleted saying, "I had nothing to do with this, please stop calling my phone, I sincerely hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day, I'm stronger than you think I am." A lot of people didn't believe him. But now, it's all making perfect sense. Big Meech was out here thinking Rick Ross was on his side, especially because of that whole BMF song where Ross rapped, "I think I'm Big Meech." Now, that's actually wild. But here's a question that might get your head spinning. What if Rick Ross really wanted to be Big Meech? I mean, think about it. Rick Ross has a whole history of building his brand off other people's identity.
Exactly what I just said. Like, cause my man's stole a whole identity and even his and won the lawsuit. And I'm pretty sure he won the lawsuit because he has money. You know what I mean? So, like, you took that man's whole life, like, and rapped about it. Like, you didn't even live it. Like, it's crazy. And now you want to be Big Meech, Larry Hoover. Nigga, go sit your wampa lampa self down.
Especially when those people are rap kingpins. It's not even up for debate. The man literally took his stage name from the real Rick Ross, a notorious kingpin who was sitting behind bars at the time. And let's not forget, when the real Rick Ross got out, he called him out for it and even tried to sue him.
How do you feel about the rapper Rick Ross having the same name?
Well, the fact that he stole my name, not that we had the same name, he actually stole my whole story, my identity, the whole thing. You know, he built his career off of my legacy.
Now, this all happened in 2005, and by 2010, when the real Rick Ross, who ran a massive empire in the 80s, filed a lawsuit against rapper Rick Ross for trademark infringement and misusing his identity, Rosie claimed that he was lying and that he invented the name, and in 2013, a judge ruled in favor of the rapper. Because let's be real, Rosie was richer, much more famous, and let's not forget that he used to be a cop, so everything was already working in his favor. And get this, the judge who ruled in Rosie's favor claimed that his use of the name was protected under First Amendment free speech. With that ruling, the real Rick Ross lost the case, and William Leonard Roberts II got to keep the name. Just like that. So, knowing all this, is it really that crazy to think Ross might have been trying to pull the same move with Big Meech?
Nah,
I mean,
Chet.
first he drops that BMF song talking about, "I think I'm Big Meech." Then he starts cozying up to Meech the moment he gets out, making it seem like he's got his back. But when it came time to actually help Meech make a real comeback, he was nowhere to be found. And this is just another example of what Rick Ross did to Larry Hoover back in 2021. Rick Ross has a long history of using Larry Hoover, who was a real kingpin in the rap world, to chase clout in his songs while Hoover was still locked up in prison. In fact, word on the street was that Rick Ross had paid millions of dollars to the gangster disciples just so he could keep using Hoover's name. But when it came time to actually stand up for Hoover's cause and show real support, he completely ghosted. I mean, instead of putting in real effort to help, he was just out.
It's because it's
out here name dropping and
Mans is not, he's not like that. I don't see him to be no tough street guy, kingpin guy. Like, he's a guy that made some very smart business moves, you know what I mean? And then put him on. He's not like that. And I don't see him now, like, when it's time to show who you really are, like if you really like that, he crumbles every time. He crumbles every time, or he's just there to pick up a bag, my guy. Like, he don't care about nothing. Or how would we say this? If a person, no, not even that. Let's say he would be exactly the saying. What's the saying? A person, not even that. Let's say he would be exactly the saying. He would be exactly. It's scary because the guys on my nerves. Like, I ain't never like him. I ain't never like his music. None of that. Like, it's just something like I can feel his energy through it all. Like, you know what I mean? It's terrible. It's no good energy. You know what I mean? But I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Disrespectful. Like, I was about to say something disrespectful. So maybe that's good. I forgot about it. But I don't like his music. I'm glad I'll probably never meet him. And then if I do, it'd probably be the one. He'd probably be the one person that would try to put me on for fake. Like I'll put you on, but just because you said you don't like me, and then take my identity, like, you, G.
Profiting off of Hoover's legacy while doing absolutely nothing to give back. And let's just say a lot of people were out here dragging Rick Ross because of that. Until this day, some people still say Rick Ross fumbled and was too scared to show his face at the stadium. And now, here we are again. History repeating itself. No wonder 50 Cent once said he has never respected Rick Ross as a person because, let's be real, bro can turn on you at any time.
In his career that you have any respect for? Oh, no, there's nothing there. I never wanted to work with him.
And let's just say 50 is probably somewhere now just smirking through this whole drama because he didn't even have to lift a finger before this whole situation flipped on its own. I mean, 50 is out there working on new projects and stacking up more paper by the day, while Big Meech and Lil Meech are out here going from one celebrity to another, allegedly begging for some change just to stay afloat. And let's not forget the craziest part. Rick Ross was out here calling 50 broke and laughing at him for not being able to secure the loan he needed to get his movie studio up and running. But surprise, surprise, just a couple of days ago, that loan got approved. And now Ross can see firsthand that 50 is actually that guy no one wants to mess with. A lot of fans are convinced that Rick Ross is probably out there punching the air right now, especially since just a few weeks ago, he was out here bragging about buying 50s Masters. Looking back now, that claim sounds absolutely ridiculous.
I'll buy your Masters. You ready? I will buy your Masters.
As for Lil Meech and Big Meech, it's clear that some lessons have been learned, even though it's kinda too late for 50 to take Lil Meech back, or help Big Meech now. And one person who's had a lot to say about this whole drama is Zip with the Drip, who saw right from the start that 50 Cent was telling the truth about Big Meech. He predicted that sooner or later the situation would get messier, with Rick Ross eventually ditching Big Meech, and here we are. Now, a lot of fans have been talking about this whole situation, and most people are saying Meech is done in the industry, cause the only comeback he could have made got messed up. I mean, you'd think that all that time Big Meech spent behind bars would have made him smarter, or at least given him a better perspective on how to run things. But honestly, it's the complete opposite, and that's exactly why this user said. Let me get this straight, a former corrections officer flip-flopping on somebody who was in prison, who could have seen that coming? And then a two-faced dude getting done over by another two-faced dude, there's a word for that. It's called karma. Yeah, and this karma got served fresh, straight out of the oven. But y'all, I really want to know your thoughts on this whole drama. Do you think Big Meech is out here plotting his revenge on Rick Ross? Or do you think he's just gonna let this betrayal slide? Especially since he's also currently being accused of betraying his childhood friend, Cuff? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that notification bell so you never miss out on more juicy updates like this.
To be completely honest with you, I feel like what Big Meech should have did was just come home and relax. Take your time. Like, dude, you've been in prison for so long. Like, why would you even want to be in front of a camera? Like, I mean, the way they portray you in the shows and stuff, I can understand you one of those flashy guys, but after all that time in prison, like, how you still flashy? Like I would, like, mentally I would have been like, I don't even want to come out of my room. Like I would never leave my room. I wouldn't even leave the house. So I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, and two, another thing I feel like you should have done was come home. Your son is a rapper too. Your son rap. Like, I've seen a few of his music videos on here. Like, he raps. Like, why you ain't just come home and get your own label up? Like I said, I feel like, because, you know, most drug dealers, mob bosses, whatever, like, when they say, they always put that rainy day money to the side. So I know you gotta have some money stashed somewhere, you know what I mean? Like I said, you're probably not going to it because of the fact that you just got out of prison. So you is hot. They gonna see, like, they gonna like, where you getting this money from? Yada yada yada. I felt like you should have just went with it. Like, you should have came home, either sat back, mind your business for a little while, and then put your son on, so like have him rapping, or let your son put you on. Like, you just chilled in the back and waited until your son, like, cause he's doing BMF. Like what did you need to come home and do? You're an old man, my guy. Like, all you had to do was sit back and relax, like, and enjoy the fruits of your son's labor. Like my guy. Like, you really fumbled the bag with this one, but then at the same time, I don't feel like you fumbled much of nothing, because if you anything like the TV shows and documentary portrayed you to be, my guy, I'm pretty sure you gonna pick back up where you left off. Like, no big deal. But the only thing I feel like it'd probably be a problem with is the industry. And to me, I feel like you don't need to be in the industry. To anybody, technically, you don't need them. Like, all you need is the money. You need the money. You get some money, my guy, and I'm pretty sure you got some. We know you got some. Yo, chat, put high fives in the chat if you believe he got some money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure you got some money. Like, so you could have waited. Like, you didn't need to rush. But so that probably blackballed you from the industry just because they seen what you did. You switched sides. Like, or the way the internet makes it seem like you switched sides when you probably didn't. It probably was like, okay, I come over here, I go over there, tell you, like, I'm just saying what's up. This wasn't supposed to be a you know, a democracy. like, you know what I mean? But to each his own. It is what it is. like and subscribe, my friends. Like, let's get this video to like 10 likes. I see a lot of views but no likes. I assume that nobody likes it. Nah, but straight up, like and subscribe, my friends. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.